Imagine you're at the lake in a kayak and someone comes and hits you in a jet ski and takes you out, takes your life. Then they go on the run. But then imagine that, God forbid, it's one of your children. That's what I think about with this case. Christy, you there?
I'm here. Hey, Nino. So, what I think about this case is what saddens me is that she had just enlisted in the Air Force, and it was Monday yesterday, correct, that she was killed, Memorial Day?
525.
Yeah, Memorial Day, just enlisted in the services, was absolutely innocent in everything and every way that she was enjoying her day, and
Christy,
this happened.
so let's give a breakdown. This was on Memorial Day, I guess weekend, right? The 25th. Man, I was working.
Yeah.
The news broke, right? So it's Ava Moore. Uh, our respect, condolences to the family. And I'm gonna be honest, I seen somebody post like a picture of her blurred out, like they're giving her CPR. I'm like, damn, why do you gotta post that? It's kind of a
Hmm.
very viral post. But anyways, I did post this picture of her, and she was, I guess, 18, correct? Air
Yes,
Force
she was.
Academy. Now, there's different conflicting reports. From what I heard, that she was fixing to go and get enlisted. You can see her like in her certain dress for the Air Force, but nonetheless, y'all had her life ahead of her. 18 years old in Grapevine, Texas. She was at the lake, the Grapevine Lake, should I say? And this story breaks, and there's actually footage of this illegal on the right in her family. Somebody said that they have Venezuelan flags or some kind of flags, and they're talking, a certain dialect. I ain't gonna lie, sis. Right when I saw it, I said it's an illegal. I knew
Yeah.
it, but I'm gonna be honest. To be factual and accurate, I kind of hold back sometimes, but I do allude to it because I know how Texas is. Especially, we've been just invaded with Venezuelans and Cubans and just all kinds of different
Mhm.
people from different places. And it's just the honest truth. But I kind of alluded to it that reports are coming out, the way they're talking, the flags, but I still wanted to be factual. I didn't really report that she was an illegal until I guess today Kim Paxton
Yeah.
posted about it, made a statement. We'll read that in a minute. But I had a feeling she was, right? And people can get mad all they want. On the advocate page, people were saying when I released the Kim Paxton statement about her being here illegally, they're all, why do they got to call her an illegal alien? What the hell?
Because she is.
Okay, simple. So, anyways, I digress. So the story broke, sis. I've been following this since the moment it came out. Just very sad. It's in Texas. It's a patriot in the making, or already a patriot. Ava Moore, and that's the name of
Yep.
my buddy's daughter. To be honest, Ava. So it comes out that this girl does it, or they're looking for her, right? So give us a story in the background of this story, which a lot of us know, but just for people that are tuning in, go ahead.
So Ava was kayaking on Grapevine Lake, and there were two people on a jet ski that plowed over her. Um, the driver of the jet ski fled the scene immediately with a male that also was an illegal. He hit a car or another vehicle. Let me not say car because I don't know exactly what it was. I just know it said it was a vehicle on their way exiting from the Grapevine River and that or Grapevine Lake, and that they had put the one passenger on the back stayed to try to help render aid, and there was another lady there, and I can't remember what her name was, um, that started CPR on her trying to help her, but she was pronounced dead at the hospital as soon as she arrived.
Okay, so I got this other clip here. And this is when I started posting about her, right? They were looking for her, and she's here. I hate to share this with her backside showing, but this is the description and what she was wearing. I mean, we had to get it out there.
With the bathing suit. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's. Anyways, I digress. I put it
I
out
know.
there. I ain't gonna lie. Say sometimes some of my Christians they'll text me, brother. It's above the knee, which that biblically that's nakedness above the knee
Yeah.
showing, right? And it's how
Hmm.
it's what it is. But anyways, I'm sorry y'all for posting this, but I have to get the news out there. So she's there in the footage with her family. She takes off, like you said. They hit somebody on the way out, and she just leaves. and I said this before in West Texas, these people don't care. They're from other countries. They have other ways and means and ways about themselves, and they do it in West Texas, y'all. It's sand haulers. Hit somebody, unalive them, and take off, and run back as far as they can. There's no pity on my side, y'all. For real, deport all these animals. Anyway, so I posted this
Absolutely.
picture, sis, and it's starting to go viral. Not just mine, just a lot of pictures of this girl, right? I don't even know her
Yeah.
age. I don't know if you get that info in a minute.
I don't,
Anyway, so I posted,
yeah,
right?
I don't.
And I'm following it. So she takes off, and man, God bless the internet. I mean, I think it was in less than 24 hours she was identified. So next picture I'm going to show is what I found out 12 hours ago. Alejandra Glenn, that's what she had on her name on Instagram, which I even said, I forgot where I said, I think in my second post about this, I said that she was probably from Venezuela from the reports that were coming out. And people
Uh-huh.
are getting mad about that. I don't care. Even on the advocate page saying, why do you got to put she's from Venezuela? What does it matter? It matters a lot. It's a description. It's descriptive. That's what was being reported. And I said, this ain't a politically correct page. We're going to say what the hell we got to say because we care about the victims, okay? And
Yep.
me and Christy are going to dissect this whole thing. We're going to talk about it, say what the hell we want. It's going to be long, short. We don't care. This is very important to us. We don't care about the views and clicks or the money. We only care about getting the truth out there, and we only care about doing for the victims. So this next one comes out. They started commenting on my page on I forgot which post, pictures of this, and her name on when they found out was Alejandra Glenn. And I even said the name might not be the same name because these people have different names, y'all. And
Absolutely.
the tattoos matched. Usually, I never like to put somebody on blast or allege that someone is a criminal or wanted unless there's hard facts. But these pictures are on my Facebook. Check them out, y'all, and you can see she has the tattoos. She's actually wearing the same bathing suit. If I can get this, pull this other one up right here. Once I really got her information, y'all, I made this post, and she's wearing the same bathing suit. She has the same tattoo right there underneath her chest area. And it's her, Alejandra Glenn. But like I said, name may vary. Seeing different spellings of it will update ASAP. That's what I said on my post. But there she was, y'all. They found her actual account on Instagram, and I want to say Facebook. I don't know about TikTok, but she started scrubbing everything. Everything's deleted, but they got screenshots of her account and her paid pictures, and there they are, y'all. So I posted this, busted 11 hours ago, and there she is with the bathing suit. Very distinct bathing suit that she's wearing. And lo and behold, as we continue on, arrested. So this is the next update that I got, sis. Now,
Well,
go ahead.
let me just, I just want to say one quick thing about when you were talking about the names. People can go back and listen to old videos of that we did together of illegals that had come back across the border for four or five different times with different names, and that they had found ways to um, mask their fingerprints so
Mm,
that you might, and I'm not trying to be funny, but you might have Edgar Gonzalez coming over the first time and he might be Juan Gonzalez the next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
oh,
so it's hard to keep track because there's been no vetting of anybody that came over. And her name, just what really stands out to me and that I wanted to talk about is that some news reports are only putting Gonzalez one time as her
okay.
last name, but everybody else is saying it's two times.
Okay.
So it was just kind of weird.
Well, this is what I wrote on my post, and I'll get to that. Homeland Security involved. This is after I wrote that Texas game wardens and Grapevine police, I'll read it, have arrested Daikerlyn Alejandra Gonzalez. And I had her as another name, Glenn, Alejandra Glenn. That's why I said it might be different because I actually seen this other name, but I seen this name with the two last names in a comment on a Facebook post. And, I'm going to be accurate. So I left what I found because I knew that her name was Alejandra Glenn on social media. I seen her account.
Right.
Hold on, let me text my wife quick. Okay, so I seen that name, Alejandra Glenn, and that's why I kept it up. But come to find out, they find her, and I seen this name, like I said, but I didn't want to post something just from a comment, right? I didn't know for sure. Daikerlyn Alejandra Gonzalez, a suspect linked to Ava Moore's unaliving. The Texas game wardens, they don't place this, acknowledge the support of the Texas Attorney General's office, Texas Department of Public Safety, Dallas Police Department, and Homeland Security investigations. Now, I added this part plus the edit of the photo and her in handcuffs. They say that she has a very smug look on her face. I'll let you be the judge, ladies and gentlemen. But the point is, I went ahead and added this part and I said, Homeland Security involved. First red flag. She's probably an illegal. Usually when they list more than one last name, also indicates they are illegal. I added that actual part in the caption. And shout out, I think Maria, I forgot which patriot from Texas commented, because everybody's telling me, oh, just because you have two last names don't mean you're illegal. When you understand what I'm saying is, when I see news reports and someone has Homeland Security on their case and then they're listed with two last names, every time I see it,
Hmm.
sis, they are an illegal. I got a wet dar. I'm never wrong, sis. I wasn't wrong about this one. She's an illegal. She
Yep.
was one, and I knew it since day one. But I wanted to be factual, and I didn't want to put that out there at first. But my second post here or there, I started piecing it together and saying, hey, she may have Venezuelan roots. Whatever. Cuba, Venezuela. We've been invaded by these people in Texas. I already know. So I put that in there, sis, and this is the thing that I'm going to say. I've seen it different ways. Some people, some news reporting agencies are putting one last name, some are not. But Ken Paxton, right? Is that the attorney? Who is Ken Paxton? Shame on me for not knowing.
Attorney General of
Okay, he's the
Texas.
AG of Texas. I kind of knew, so I
Yeah.
want to be factual. He put out the statement, and we'll look at that momentarily. But he also put two last names. So somebody commented, says, I don't know if you can even pull it up on the page. Man, I'm gonna go and pull it up because I have some good followers. Some people are just snarky haters, but I don't even respond to the haters. Somebody said this, and it was very interesting as far as the last name. Now let me get down here, sis. Go ahead, speak while I'm going, if you don't mind, sis. I'm gonna find this actual comment. It explains the last names.
So,
Go ahead.
I mean, you were talking about the one thing that stood out to me that I also wanted to talk about was you were talking about that she had that smug look on her face.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like she did not give two shits about anything that she had done, that she had taken another life. At that point, by the time she's found, they already know that the girl is deceased. And didn't that you have to be absolutely soulless to know that you have injured somebody and to take off from the scene. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if it's because you know that you're getting deported back, that you might go to jail, that you're under the influence, whatever. And the only thing I can say is I would like to know more about the second passenger on the jet ski
Yes.
that stayed and helped and tried to help this girl like
Uh,
survive.
I
I don't
think
know who she was or
I have the
who else.
picture of her, and they said that she was. I don't know if she's illegal, but I have the picture on my page, sis. I can't really just pull it up right now. I have everything already kind of set up, but yes, there was someone that stayed behind, right, and I guess try to help. I'm not too sure about that. Sad situation all the way around. Now, shout out Al Suarez says children of Mexican parents take both their surnames, so they have two first names and two last names, one from each parent. Mexican wives also don't usually change and take their husband's names. And I know nothing about that. I said, but I do know when I see more than one last name, it's always an illegal every time. That's why I tell my people, whenever you see them list somebody with two last names and they're doing something horrendous on the news, that's the key indicator that they are illegal. You might not see it in the headline because they try to do for these people. Not me. I want to know the facts, but that's what I've come to learn. With more than one last name, it's usually an illegal alien. This is how it is. And I'm gonna be
And
honest.
maybe
I think it's kind of cool. Go ahead.
I was going to say maybe I've just been blind to it, but I have this is the first time I ever recall seeing two last names
Yes.
that are the exact same. Now I've seen hyphenated names that like somebody gets married and they want to keep their maiden name and also have the married name, and I've seen those, but I have never seen last
Yeah.
name twice
And
that
that's
is the
why
same
that's why
last name.
I don't know if it's like you said, sis, to be honest, if she's from Venezuela, Cuba, oh my, whatever, Nicaragua, she could have four last names. We don't even know. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? We don't
Yeah.
know who the hell this person is. We got to deport these
Nope.
scumbags. But to be honest, if it's a mistake or whatever, but she has actually four names, right? Daikerlyn,
Yeah.
Alejandra, Gonzalez. Either way, I'll be with the Texas Attorney General's statement, which is two last names. I listed it just like that, and I actually have his statement here. And people, like I said, are mad about me saying she's illegal or Venezuelan. I don't care because you know we only care about the facts. So there she is with a smug attitude. I also want to say this: somebody said, you know, she's probably happy, or I said it. She's happy that she's sober now. I'm pretty sure she was inebriated. I can't prove that. I don't think it can be proven at this point, but she went home, sobered up. And I'm going to be honest, as I said, man, I wouldn't doubt she gets away with it. My wife said, "Oh hell no!" She just said, "You can't just unalive somebody, get a manslaughter case and get
Mm-mm.
away with it." But I was like, "Man, you never know nowadays." But with Trump in there, and plus we're in Texas, and I know the game wardens in Texas, San Angelo to or everywhere else, they do not play, sis. They will nail your ass. So I do
Oh
think that
yeah.
she will face justice. Shout out all the law enforcement agencies that took part in this. And someone even said, "Damn, all these snitches," because there's I have a post with all the different posts of her how we figured it out. And I said, "No, a snitch is somebody that commits a crime with someone else, and in order to get a lower reduced sentence, they snitch on their crime partner, right? We are journalists, we are concerned citizens, and we investigate. So don't call us a snitch for going and investigating this woman in her page and finding the information, put it out there. That's not snitching,
No,
okay?
no,
And
they can
I
call
don't
me
care if it is labeled snitching. I honestly don't give a damn. Go ahead.
they can call me a snitch because I do not give two craps about her illegal ass being over here in America and killing a legal citizen of the United States.
And then
Yeah, so they can be all but hurt. They can be whatever they want. But yep, I'm a snitch. I'm calling ICE. I'm calling whoever I need to call.
and you're out of their homes. Okay, so now the next thing I'm gonna pull up is gonna be Ken Paxton's statement. I thank God he called a spade a spade. Christy said earlier, I wonder if
Yeah.
Trump is gonna make a statement yet, because Trump's on this at all times. We're waiting for the boss Don to make a statement. He got our back. So let me get to this next clip of Ken Paxton's statement. There it is. Now, Kim Paxton announces arrest of two illegal aliens in connection with the unaliving of a woman on Lake Grapevine. He's announcing arrest of an illegal alien suspected of unaliving a woman kayaking on Lake Grapevine over the weekend, and another illegal alien who helped her flee the scene of the crime. See, this is what
Yep.
they do, y'all. They do it.
And
They
did
do the
another hit and
dirt.
run.
They do they do the act, the criminal act, and then they flee. Okay, so you had an illegal on a jet ski,
Mhm.
possibly inebriated, I think, and then she does this, and someone that's in illegal hits somebody on the way out, right? But they flee the scene. Two illegals in a
Mhm.
vehicle.
Yep.
We got problems, y'all. Okay, Sunday, Alejandra, whatever her name is, an illegal from Venezuela. I said it was Venezuela. They got mad about it.
Yep.
Struck and unalived an 18-year-old woman, Ava Moore, on Lake Grapevine with the jet ski. The suspect then fled the scene with the male illegal aliens, committing a hit and run and striking another vehicle. Damn. General Paxton's fugitive apprehension unit tracked down and arrested the illegal aliens connected to the crimes, working with these said organizations. Ava Moore's senseless unaliving was caused by an illegal alien who shouldn't have never been in our country in the first place. My heart breaks for Ava's family and friends. Amen. And my prayers are with them as they face this tragedy, said Attorney General Paxton. My office will continue to work with local, state, and national law enforcement partners to secure justice for Ava. Thank you, Mr.
Amen.
Paxton. I mean, it's sad that in this day and age, this is what you expect or what you would want from your elected officials, right? But sometimes you don't get justice with these kind of situations. I
Well,
digress. Go ahead.
the one thing that I can hope for, Nino, is because she had enlisted already in the Air Force. She's considered federal property at that point. So my niece that I did the story about that was wounded 36 times. One of her friends was there, and he was in the Navy, and he got hit in the arm, and they had to put a metal rod in her friend's arm. The Navy NCIS picked that up. Naval Crime Investigation Investigative Services or whatever picked that up on a federal charge for the guy for
Good
him because
point.
he was. Yeah, so I mean, these
Yeah,
people might be looking at federal charges,
I
not
hope
just
so.
like yeah. So I think yeah,
Wait,
I hope so.
I'm sorry to cut y'all. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna ask you this and everybody else watching at this point. We're almost over, y'all. Sorry for being so long. Well, I'm not sorry. Anyways, Christy, some people like me say deport. I've seen somebody say that they need to just,
Mhm.
eye for an eye.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest. I don't want to pay for this. I don't want to. I really don't want to deport her. If I could have my way, it would be eye for an eye. I'm gonna say it like that, sis. How would you want to handle
Um,
this if you could, right? And of course, I'm just saying, this is. Anyways,
so
I'll leave it at that. Let me ask you: do you think that it's better for her to be deported or to face justice in America? Go ahead.
So here's my thing. If she gets deported, we have no idea. We obviously know. I'm sure there's good Venezuelan people out there, and I am not like targeting
I'm at that many.
all Venezuelans, but I'm saying we have no idea whenever they deport her if they just let her back out to roam free after she has done this. So I don't know which is better. Does she do that? Does she then disguise her fingerprints, comes back across the border at a later time, and actually faces no consequences for any of this? It's a really hard and sticky situation because I don't know what's the right answer. Because if I feel like if she gets deported back to Venezuela and it's not to a Venezuelan prison, then she just gets to live life
Oh,
anyway.
oh, Chris, you know they should send her to Guantanamo Bay, or they should send her to over there with the
Alcatraz.
where's
There,
that
you
prison
saw that
at? Oh, that's El Salvador. Everybody, shout out Nessa. She was saying send her to
El
uh to
Salvador.
El
Yep.
Salvador. Yeah, she needs to go to
Yep.
that prison. Somebody
Yep.
commented. They said, was this young woman unalive? Was she in the military? And they said Ava Moore graduated. Shout out Tammy. I got some great pages on the page. Shout out Facebook, y'all.
Yep.
We don't deal with Instagram anymore. Ava Moore graduated from the U.S. Air Force Academy Preparatory School on May 19th, 2025, and had accepted an appointment to join the academy as a member of the class of 2029 CBS News. So, is she enlisted? I mean, I would think
If
she's
she
there. Either way, we need justice.
if she has on that uniform, Nino, then
Mm,
she has
mm.
signed paper. She has signed papers for
Oh my
enlistment.
goodness.
Yes,
Good
and that's
point.
the same
Good
thing.
good point, sis. But
My son's, he's in the process right now of being enlisted, and I've just been having a few talks with him because of the different pay grades and things like that. He wanted in his heart to do the army, but I've had quite a few people tell me you need to look at the Air Force. They said the Air Force gets better housing, they get better pay, they get better meals. It's like the Air Force is like a five star where like an army is a 1 or 2 star whenever it comes to your
yeah,
barracks, your pay, things like that.
hey,
So and they told him that once he signs those papers he is enlisted, there is no going back. So if she had on that uniform then she was enlisted.
shout out the Army, Air Force, anyone serving. We appreciate y'all. But sis, I'm just looking at her and her fatigues, the flag behind
Yep.
her. I mean, this right here, this young lady was going to serve the country, and hot damn, I'm just looking at this freaking illegal freaking Venezuelan. I'm telling you,
i, ju- I
we,
just
we, we
think you
hold on,
know
sis. We've been flooded. I mean, you already know, sis. We've been invaded in Midland and Odessa with Venezuelans and Cubans, and I make a post about it, and everybody gets mad at me. I don't give a flip. What are you gonna do about it? How you like them apples? I'm tired of these freaking people, sis. And this is what they come and do. Oh, I thought they came to pick fruit. Sorry, witches at the damn beach in a two-piece bikini, riding a jet ski, probably drunk, and then does this to our people. If someone commented on my
that's what I
post,
was going to
someone
say.
commented on my post said, "Where's BLM?" Right? Where's BLM? No, you're not going to find BLM to do anything about this. Final words, Christy. Go ahead.
I feel like that Americans are being picked off one by one. You have the Democrats that absolutely show that they don't have any empathy or sympathy for anyone that has been unalived by illegals. We saw that whenever they never stood. And whenever you asked me a minute ago, deportation or eye for an eye, I think absolutely an eye for an eye. I think that if you come on American soil and you are not legal to be here,
Oh,
that we don't have to sit you on
yes,
death row for 20 years, that it's you come to this country and you take out one of our own because of doing something stupid. Immediate consequence, immediate, not like
yes.
20 years sitting on death
And
row.
somebody made that statement too, and I wonder if Trump is kind of alluded to it, but that's a very good point. If you come to our soil and you're here illegally and you unalive somebody, no rights, really
None.
no trial. You should be taken
None.
care of. And you catch my drift, ladies and gentlemen, taken care of as soon as possible, simple and plain. You want to come hurt our people? Screw that. And screw you how you like them apples. Anyway,
I mean,
sis,
look at Russia.
go
They
ahead.
kept if Biden wouldn't
Man,
have
I wish I
made a
could say more.
deal for
I wish I
putting
could say more on here, but go ahead.
I know. If Biden wouldn't have forced the deal with Brittany Griner, she would have still been sitting in a Russian prison.
I
Nobody
wish.
take
I
no,
wish.
me too, me too. But nobody, nobody cares about our rights if we're over in another country, and if they come on
What?
American soil and they're illegal, an eye for an eye, an immediate eye for an eye, not sitting wasting our money for 20 years for appeal after appeal after appeal. Nope.
I mean, let's be honest. Why should Russia care? You know, if you break the law in another country, why should they? Why should you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
does she break the law? I seen somebody post earlier. They're all mad. Oh yeah. Anyways, I didn't talk about the racial stuff on YouTube. I'm gonna get flagged. Anyways, there's our breakdown of the whole case, y'all. Sad situation. We covered it since this meant a lot to me, y'all. I even posted on Instagram of all places, and I don't even like being over there. But this was a case near and dear to my heart. My daughter's 19. Like I said when I first started the video, imagine if that was you on a kayak and an illegal took you out on Memorial Day weekend. You're just
And
kicking back, and hold on, sis. And then imagine, God forbid, that was your own kid. Disgusting. Go
and
ahead.
the last thing that I want to say is, and it hit me so hard because my son is enlisting.
Right.
He has already came up with
Salute,
his
Scooter.
his 5-year plan, and she did the same thing. You just read off what her 5-year plan was. And so looking at her, me as a mom scared for my son to like possibly go to war or whatever, but am proud that he would take that, make that sacrifice. But nobody could contain me if something like this happened to him on American soil.
Wow. And with that, y'all went long winded, but you know what? Just want to say RIP to Ava Moore.
Yeah.
We appreciate your. I'm pretty sure you did pretty good in high school to get to this point. I'm saddened that your life was cut short by an illegal alien in the United States of America. Not even to be political, but somebody said this. This is consequences basically of Biden's America, sis. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
It's very sad to lose uh, a loved one, a daughter. I could only imagine. But I think these kind of videos and this kind of stance that we take is whatever they call us, right? Right wingers,
Mm-hmm.
extreme, whatever. We got to make these videos. We got to make these posts. We have to let this go past,
Let Selena Gomez
this
take
needs to
care
be
of her.
exposed. This needs to be screamed from the mountaintops, rooftops, that we need to deport illegal aliens before they end up taking more American citizens' lives. I don't
Yeah.
give a flip where you came from, Holmes. If you're here in my country illegally, you got to go. And if we
I
can
feel the same way.
if we can report you, we are gonna report you. And I don't care if the whole city gets mad like they always do. I don't give a flip. I want you out of my country. I can't
Yep.
stand you. You want to break the law of my land? You want to disrespect my country and take out my people? Nah. It's time for you to go. Build the wall, deport them all.
Record them all.
And with
Even
that,
Abuelita.
even her, even the Chihuahua,
The Chihuahua.
you gotta go. Arf! But with that, y'all, on a serious
Yes,
note,
yeah.
man, God bless Ava and her family. If there's
Amen.
anything we can do, let us know. If anyone sees this video, I don't know what to tell you. This is very sad. And, we had to make a video about this. This thing had me fired up all last couple of days already. But with that, thank you,
It did
Christy.
me too, especially when I saw the picture of her in her Air Force fatigues. It just hit me hard, like it was a punch in the gut.
Sad. We're out here, y'all. Later.